Greetings, Pathfinders! Welcome to our booster bestiary today. We are going to be cracking some booster packs and making some monsters. So anyone out there in chat, feel free to prepare yourself to pick a booster pack and maybe even pick a card. As we prepare ourselves to look here at the news this week, just got a couple little things I want to bring up this show rather than wait for Friday. Last week we did make a tome shredder. If you want it, you could find it at any of my social media accounts. Fun little monster, doggo that eats the spells right out of your spell book there. So it was announced, I believe today, that Pathfinder Online is in fact finishing up its run. There will be a big event in October, and at the end of the month, the end of November, the service will be finished. The final story will be completed, and a Paizo blog post will wrap up that will make everything that happened, major events that happened during the online plays canon, and integrate the Pathfinder Online with the larger Lost Omens canon. So, pretty exciting stuff there. In addition, Organized Play has announced that there will be a slight shift in production. You could read about just a number of scenarios per year, as there will be more one-shots and bounties, including bounties for Starfinder, which is pretty exciting. So can't wait to get some fun one-shot Starfinder adventures out of the Organized Play team. Any further news I will go ahead and discuss on Friday when I have an interview with Sasha Lorona Harving and her new book that I got a copy of right here, Emissary, which I'm super excited to go over during my Friday third-party reviews. So let's go ahead, though, because today we got ourselves some monster creation. Yes! Alright, so let's roll our die here and figure out what pack we're going to pick. We have L5R. Wow. Alright, so this will be the first time I am creating a monster or creature using a pack other than Magic, which, yeah, gonna be fun. Legend of the Five Rings, for those who don't know, came out in 1996, shortly, about a year after Magic. It was kind of China, Japan, Korea inspired war between different rival clans. It was heavily storyline based, as players competing in tournaments and events could choose different storyline options, and if they won, their option became canon. Several of the cards, creature, and personalities in this story would become fan favorites, and the fandom is still very, very strong. Well, I thought we'd be stuck with humanoids, but the first thing I got here was a unique Foo-Lion. Named Karyuudo. So that's pretty cool, and is so far the running contender here. Terrains. The L5R was a lot more battlefield centric than Magic. Some of those early Magic cards, like Raging River or the banding ability, very much worked a lot better with the L5R. The way combat worked in L5R, you would assign creatures to different battlefields, and they can move between the battlefields, and it was kind of winner takes all in each battlefield, rather than blocking and attacking specific creatures. It was multiple creatures, and a lot more in-combat action, such as encircled terrain here, which created kind of a effect just for that battlefield that gave each player specific abilities and conditions for that battlefield. Holding, it's like a land. Light Cavalry, technically could make a card based on it, but it is just a horseman. So, talking about horsemen, we got the Unicorn Clan here, Shinjo Okayu. He is a ranged archer. He's a scout. He goes from one place to another really fast. All right. So like I said, battlefield movement. Here we have a Shadowlands tainted member of the Spider Clan. So an archer, undead archer, kind of cool. Not too inspired. It looks like he poisons people. We got ourselves a Magic War fan. We got the great actor, Mariku. He had a funny thing where he could give himself a trait, like any trait, not just copying from another card. And L5R was a very flavorful game. Those flavor words in Adventures in Forgotten Realms were in L5R many, many years ago, and because of that, being able to pick a trait got a little silly when you could pick stuff like Well, I remember there was a card who had sociopath as a trait, just to kind of give you a little more flavor into the card's flavor. Give you a little more insight into the card's flavor. All right, uncertainty. Yeah, you could be uncertain. Got her herself a magistrate. All right. Ooh, Ide Komoko is pretty neat. Pretty neat. Kind of politician, kind of a very political card game too. Political actions and honor and all that played a huge role in the game. You could choose to win by honor or by dishonoring your opponent. So that was a big part of the game for many years, and one of the reasons so many people got into it so much. And a Glory the Lion. If the game was still in print, I could submit 5 of these for a full art version of the card. Yeah, we're definitely going to go with the Foo-Lion here. I think there are Foo animal stats from Bestiary 3. The flavor of this one. Oh, here, I'll put the card up here real quick here. So Foo-Lions are guardian lions. They're commonplace over many temples and holy sites throughout Far East Asia. They're kind of the you could see them all over the place in Okinawa, especially. They're very proud of their specific brand of Foo-Lion. Foo animal. Foo dog was a 1E creature, but I'm almost positive. I thought there was a Foo-Lion in 2nd edition. All right, well, let's pull up this card here on the API for Legend of the Five Rings, which I have open right here. All right, so this guy's name is Karyuudo, which I will not misspell. All right. Just a little bit of setup, All right. There we go. All right, and our monster tool. Oh, there we go. All right, so Karyuudo, he is a hunter, he is a scout, he is cavalry, which has special mechanical implications that I'm excited to work out in Pathfinder 2E. Once per turn, as an absent engage, he can be moved into the battle. Yeah, that's the cavalry ability. Spirits from the realms beyond their mortal world are varied and often terrible. The spirits of Karyuudo are often tenacious and always fearless. Karyuudo being the realm of animals, which these Foo animals were frequently from. I don't actually think, now I'm confused. I'm not 100% sure if Karyuudo was a Foo animal or not, because I thought Foo animals had a slightly different flavor. No, he definitely was. I'll be darned. Great. All right. Okay, yes. Dog, scout, spirit, celestial, dead of. All right, great. So I can't find Foo-Lions in Pathfinder 2E, which is exciting because that means we get to figure out exactly what it is they'll do. But I do want them to be somewhat like how they were in Pathfinder 1st edition, because this is still Galarian. So Pathfinder 1E, they were a type of outsider animal. They were good aligned. They were from Nirvana. Okay, this fits really well. Nirvana in Pathfinder is very similar to Karyuudo and L5R. It's more good aligned than Karyuudo was, which was definitely neutral, but this fits our work. This will fit for us. So Foo-Lions back in L5R, they paired with other Foo-Lions. They can turn into a unyielding statue. Its speed was reduced, but it got defensive abilities. It can freeze and completely become a statue. They get bonuses for being around other Foo-Lions of their type, which I think Karyuudo here I'm going to make kind of unique in that he doesn't look like he's with a pair. I think Karyuudo is a lone hunter, which makes him kind of unique among other Foo animals. Might just want to make this a general Foo-Lion, though, and keep that, because that is one of their more interesting abilities. The Foo-Lion, other than that, functions very similar to a lion. They get pounce, they get rake. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Since this is functioning off a lion, we will go ahead and pull up the stats for lion. As it suggests in the Game Master Guide, if your monster is anything like an existing monster, you should go for that monster. So Foo creatures were from Bestiary 3 back in first edition, so I wasn't right about that. They were CR4. We definitely want it to be stronger than normal lion. I mean, why else would you make a statue of a lion if it was weaker than a physical lion? So we're going to go ahead and make this a 5th level creature. I like that. He's a unique Foo-Lion. He's going to be a little stronger than your normal Foo-Lion even. So let's go ahead and make this a neutral good. A large-sized outsider. Let's make him a celestial. I think beast might even work. He's an outsider, though. Are there outsider beasts in 2nd edition? Man, I am just all over the place with this, aren't I? Nirvana, Agatheon, of course. Agatheons are usually like the Sylvanchi. The Sylvanchi is just a celestial. Excellent. Alright, so Celestial. We will give them the Celestial type. We will also give this the... I'm tempted to just give it the Foo creature type. Should we make that type? Let's make that type. Foo. And, well, that's not existing type. Let's try to keep to existing types. So let's make a Foo creature, augmented animal, good, exemplar, extraplanar. Man, do I need to give this anything, come to think of it? Celestial might just be the only type this needs for now. I'm going to give it constructed. There we go. Constructed works for me. Inevitable, constructed, axiomite, arbiter, or arbiter's constructed. They usually give them the monitor type. That is not quite the constructed type. Coloriat. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and give it the constructed type. I'm not 100% sure if that works, though. Construct. Alum are constructed. Construct. You give them the construct type, but he is not mindless. All right. That works for me. All right, so we'll give him the construct type. We will use a Sylvanchi as a further base to figure out exactly what languages they speak up there in Nirvana. Celestial, Common, Draconic. They also do Infernal. We don't need Infernal on this. I think Celestial and Common will work for this. So, Celestial, Common, and speak with animals. Excellent, excellent. So we got ourselves... Alright, cool. So, we'll base this off a lion, which... lions tend to have highest is strength, and then dex, then wisdom and con, and then low everything else. We will give this some intelligence, just low, so a +2. We will give this quite a bit of strength. Let's give it a +5. I like that. As for dex, that will also be high? Not high. Let's give it some good dex. Let's give it some high con because he is a statue. And then we will give it some good wisdom. Alright, I'm going to go between low and medium here and just give it low. Charisma shouldn't be absolutely. Let's give it the same charisma as a lion. It is, after all, a statue. That's, yeah, same as a lion. That's fine. Alright. Saves. Lions generally have high reflex, decent fort, and low will. We're going to give this slightly higher will. Saving throws are, of course, right up here. Alright, so let's go ahead and give you moderate fortitude. Okay, so high reflex, slightly above moderate fortitude, and slightly above moderate will. I should give it higher fortitude then. Let's give it 15 fortitude. Let's give it 16 reflex. Alright, those are high saves, but this is, after all, a statue, so defense is going to be his main thing. He is not going to be much faster than a lion, though. Let's just nudge him at 30. Let's make him a little slower than a lion. how much speed do they usually have? Oh, they're usually good. Yeah, let's give it 30. So we'll just head on down to speed. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Celestial traits, speed. All right, speed, 30 feet. All right, AC. This is going to be the tricky part because I want him to be a statue. But lions usually don't have the best AC because, I mean, they're not bad. They're moderate. I kind of want to go higher than that, but, you know, let's save that for special abilities because I like that idea that they could slow themselves down to get more defense. And he's not going to have defense in terms of armor. His defense could be in terms of resistance using that ability. We will give him somewhere between moderate and high hit points. Let's say in the 80s, so 82. And then, no resistance off the bat. He has to earn his resistance using a special ability. Because otherwise... No, he doesn't. Let's see. Yeah. Let's do that. So let's give him just a resistance to slashing 4. How do you do that here? Resistances 4 slashing, 4 piercing. And then he could give himself more resistances using his ability. That's a lot with that many hit points, actually. Let's lower the hit points to 72. He's going to have lower on the moderate side of hit points, but he has those resistances, which he could then increase with his ability. Let's just give him Let's just give him 2 on the resistances, which is very low for a creature at this level. But that's okay because he has that special ability, and it's all about that special ability with his defenses. He should have high perception. He is, after all, a guardian at a shrine. That is usually what these are used for. This one happens to also be a hunter, but hey, hunters have high perception too. So high perception makes perfect sense with this creature. High acrobatics, moderate. Let's give him moderate acrobatics, but high athletics. He is a big, bulky statue. And as for a hunter, we're going to give him high survival as well. And stealth. He is a hunter. Let's give him moderate stealth. Not high, but just moderate. And does that match up with the stats? That doesn't really. Let's give him moderate survival. Moderate survival, moderate stealth. Let's give him a little bit more stealth. He does have high dex, which also means I should be giving him more athletics and more acrobatics, and therefore more athletics. All right, I'm doing these too high. Hold on. Let's give him a 12 there, a 12 there, and a 10 in survival. That's good. All right, so we have some good skills for him. We have his perception. Let's go ahead and try to check out his special abilities. All right, so he could turn himself into stone. That was called Stony Defense back in first edition. I'm going to go ahead and steal that name. We are, after all, basically adapting from a prior edition, and I don't mind that one a little bit. So under special abilities, let's go Stony Defense. Let's make this a defensive ability, but it does take 1 action. Let's give this the Primal and Earth traits. Is Earth a trait? Earth is a trait, right? Stone Skin, Pathfinder. Oh, I should give it Transmutation. What time? 6:20. Okay, I'm going a little slow today. Sorry about that. I'll hurry up. Abjuration and Earth. Primal Abjuration Earth. All right. I forgot to give this guy a name. All right, so Karyuudo's skin hardens. Karyuudo partially turns into a statue. It gains resistance 5 to physical damage. Did I give it fire resistance? I did not. Great. Oh, I did. Resistance 2 slashing, piercing damage. Let's get rid of his resistance until he uses this ability. I think I prefer that, because otherwise people will get confused as to what does and doesn't stack. All right, so it gains piercing. Lower its speed. Is that how you would say that? Slow. Alright, let's lower its base. Lower its its speed becomes 20 feet. 15 feet. Alright, so it gets slower, but he gets bulky. Awesome. And then this last 1 minute. Uses gaseous form. Alright, sure. Resistance 5 for 1 minute. Resistance 5, and its speed becomes 15 feet for 1 minute. Alright, there we go. Easy peasy. Let's go ahead and make a general ability called Freeze, which I'm almost guarantee that at least the gargoyle should have in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which means we might be able to copy and paste. But don't tell anybody that I'm doing that. Right. Alright, so Statue is a concentrate ability until the next time it attacks. I'm just going to write this out then. Till the next time it acts, Karyuudo appears to be a statue. It has an automatic result of difficult for its level, so 34 on deception checks and DCs to pass as a statue. The original, I believe, also gave it... No, it did not. Great, so that's all it does. Excellent. Alright, so we have statue. We have that ability. Alright, we need attacks. So the attacks is why I had the lion up here. So, for attacks, very, very simple here. We have Jaws. Jaws deal quite a bit of damage. Have a lower hit, but good damage. Alright, so let's give it a moderate hit. Let's give it higher damage. Yeah, that'll be great. Piercing plus grab. Excellent. And you have claws, which will do a slightly higher hit at a plus 15, and we will give agile, and we will go ahead and do slightly lower damage on the claws because those are agile, and you do not want to give the agile weapon more damage or even equal damage than the other weapon. So slashing. Excellent. So that will... Oh, of course, I am dumb. We have to give it a pounce. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this an offensive ability. Pounce. Karyuudo strides and makes a strike at the end of that movement. If Karyuudo began this action hidden, it remains hidden until after this ability's strike. Alright. Strides and makes a strike. Excellent. So that's pounce. And while lions usually do have a pack attack, Foo-Lions also have their paired immunity. I'm going to go ahead and do that then. Call it paired cavalry. This is going to be a offense, no actions. This ability will say, Karyuudo deals 1d4 extra damage, 1d6 extra good damage to any creature that's within reach of at least 2 of Karyuudo's allies. If protection from evil... Alright. Karyuudo gains... let's call it paired protectors. Of at least one of his allies. Alright, so extra good damage to any creatures within reach of at least one of Karyuudo's allies. Karyuudo gains resistance evil 5. Gains resistance 5 to evil. Alright, let's do this. Karyuudo deals 1d6 extra good damage and gains to any creature that's within reach of at least one of Karyuudo's allies. Karyuudo gains resistance 5 to evil. How does the original Foo-Lion? What is your range, original Foo-Lion? Curious about that. Curious about that. Parry protectors. Yeah, sure. While within 30 feet of another celestial. That works. All right. So we got parry protectors. We got pounce. We got freeze. We got stony defense. This looks like we are good. All right. So, fairly simple creature here. I'm going to go ahead and release this on social media right after the show. Wasn't able to really get his cavalry, other than the fact he does have... Oh, no, that's good speed. He has good speed and a pounce, which is actually very much like the cavalry ability in L5R. So we are fine converting this card as far as I'm concerned. They did make it a spirit in this, and Foo animals are not a spirit in first edition, so I did pick Celestial instead of Spirit. That would be the only little thing that I'm still feel unsure about. If I had a developer, I'd ask them, hey, do you want these to be Celestials or Spirits? Just asking. But I think they're good as Celestials. I kind of like them, the whole Nirvana thing, especially with the flavor text of Karyuudo being from Karyuudo. So, yeah, we are good with all that. Glad I got this card. It was working in a Fox deck back in the day, so... makes sense that, of course, I would pull a card that would work well for a Fox. So we will go ahead and head back here to our slide focus as I make one minor announcement. So as I said before, I am, in fact, reviewing Emissary. 4 o'clock, from 4 to 4:30-ish, right here on this channel. I'll be reviewing this new 2nd edition Pathfinder class with its author, Sasha Loretta Harving. We're going to discuss what inspired it, the cool things it could do, our favorite abilities from the class, and you name it. So go ahead and check us out. In addition, I would like to ask that any third-party publishers out there, authors, whatever, who want me to review their work, go ahead and reach out to me. I'm always looking for more work, always looking for more books, always looking for more work. So I would love to review and talk on my show about your work. Whether or not you want to be on the show is entirely up to you. Otherwise, I will just look out for whatever catches my interest, like I have with this and the Cartomancer book, and we will have fun with that. So again, thank you very much for watching my show. This will do it for the night. Had a good time, made a fun card, and I hope to see you on Friday.